Hey guys, welcome back for another video. What we're going to be doing today is we'll be looking at all of our Major League Baseball games we have coming up for Monday, April 28th. We're going to completely break down these games and try to predict the outcome as we go game by game. We're going to see who we think is going to win, lose, and we'll also take an in-depth look at our best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. We're going to completely break the game down, look at the pitching, look at the batting order, and also take a look at the best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. If you're a baseball fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, do you agree, disagree, drop them below, and I'm going to make sure to respond to every single one of them. We're going over every single game, every day, all throughout the baseball season. We also have all the football news going on. We have the NFL draft just happened. We have college football, spring ball, transfer portal stuff going on. Once football season starts, both college and NFL, we also go game by game, break down every game, every week. If you're a sports fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to join one of our member teams below, just click on the link pinned in the comments. You can join down there. We actually have 8 games in total. Half of the league, they're going to be taking rest today, but we have some really good games coming up. We are moving into our 5th week of the Major League Baseball season. Let's go ahead and get started. The very first one we have kicking things off is going to be on MLB Network at 4:05 p.m. We have the 19-9 New York Mets. They lost that one yesterday. That was a really tough loss in Nationals. They had it, but the bullpen blew it. They'll be playing again the 13-15 Washington Nationals. You have to respect the Nationals here. Very competitive team, hovering around 500 throughout the entire season. Right now, the fans are loving the Nationals. They have a 56.9% chance to win this game. The Mets, a 43.1% chance to win this game. The Mets, though, are going to be the Vegas favorites. They come into this game 1.5 run favorites. The over-under here is 9.5. That over-under has been slowly creeping up because there's actually been a lot of runs scored by both teams in this series. Right now, the Mets come in here. They are minus 160. The Nationals are plus 135. The Mets, their offense is starting to get going a little bit. A lot of the production coming from the top of the order. Lindor, Soto, Alonso. The rest of those bats really have to step up. They're averaging 4.2 runs a game, hitting 236, 25 home runs, 17 RBIs. Even with the bullpen blowing it yesterday, overall as a team, they still have the lowest ERA as a team in all of Major League Baseball, giving up 2.53 runs per game. They have the number 1 starting rotation ERA. They have the number 1 bullpen ERA. Still pitching really well this season. And right now the Nationals are averaging 4.2 runs a game, hitting 238, 29 home runs, 27 steals, giving up 4.61 runs per game. They can score some runs, but pitching's been a little bit of an issue for them throughout the season. Looking at our pitching matchup, we have Griffin Canning right now going for the Mets. For his career, a 4.7 career ERA guy, but that's not been the guy that's been on the mound for the Mets throughout the season. He's been wheeling and dealing the entire season, 3-1 record, 3.12 ERA, having a career year this season, 26 innings, 26 strikeouts. He's only give up 2 home runs so far. Been a solid guy throughout the entire year. And for the Nationals, they have Trevor Williams going, someone who's very familiar with the Mets and someone who the Mets are very familiar with. Very consistent pitcher throughout his career. This is one of his worst starts to his career right now. 1-2 record, 5.11 ERA, 24.2 innings, 21 strikeouts, 7 walks, putting too many guys on base, giving up 32 hits, but still overall, usually a very consistent pitcher. Give me the Mets to get back in the win column, to win this game, to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the under here. And then moving on to our next game at 6:10 p.m., we have the 12-60 Minnesota Twins. I said to watch out for this team. This team's actually been playing really good baseball for the last week straight. This team was under a lot of pressure. Coaching staff was on the hot seat right now. They are much better than they've been playing this week, and they've been playing really good baseball, slowly chipping their way back to 500. They are 12-16. They're going to be facing off versus the 15-12 Cleveland Guardians. Right now, the Guardians, you got to respect the Guardians. 2nd in the AL Central. Minnesota, 4th in the AL Central. Cleveland, at home, 55.3% chance to win this game. Minnesota, a 44.7% chance to win this game. Twins coming off a win yesterday, Cleveland coming off of a loss. Looking at the Vegas matchup here, they have the Twins as the Vegas favorites, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 7.5. The Twins are even. The Guardians are minus 120. Pretty interesting numbers there. Right now, Minnesota, their big thing has been their offense. They had a lot of potential with that offense. They have a lot of power, but they've been struggling to score runs throughout the season. They're averaging 3.8 runs a game, hitting 226, 21 home runs, 17 stolen bases. Pitching solid, though, giving up 3.64 runs per game. And then then it's the other way for Cleveland. Cleveland getting guys on base. Pitching's been a little up and down throughout the year. They're averaging 4 runs a game, hitting 237, 30 home runs, hitting a lot of home runs, 19 steals, but they are giving up 4.37 runs per game. And then looking at our pitching matchup, we have the young guy, Bailey Ober, going right now 2-1 record, 5.04 ERA, 25 innings, 23 strikeouts, 5 home runs, basically giving up 1 home run every single start. For his career, about a 4.12 ERA. And then you have Gavin Williams right now going for Cleveland, 4.15 ERA, 26 innings, 26 strikeouts. Usually a strikeout pitcher. He has a lot of walks, give up a lot of hits, but when he's on, this is a guy who can line him up, strike him out. Give me Cleveland to pull off the upset here. This is one of those games where it's practically a 50-50 pick-em to me, but I'm going to go with the Cleveland Guardians pulling off the upset win, going with the +1.5, and I'm going to go with the over. In this next game, it's going to be a pretty interesting one. At 6:35 p.m., we have the 17-11 New York Yankees coming off of a massive win yesterday. They are first in the AL Central. They're going to be going up against the 5th in the AL Central, the 10-17 Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles are really starting to slide here. They were about 500 through the first 2 to 3 weeks of the season. The last 2 weeks, they've just been playing awful baseball, and they're starting to take a massive step back. They need to right the ship here, or the season can get away from them very quickly. Right now, the Orioles are going to be the underdogs with the Yankees 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 9.5. The Yankees 46.7% chance to win. Baltimore a 53.3% chance to win. Yankees are -120. The Orioles are even. Right now, the Yankees continue to have a top 3 offense in all of baseball, and it's centered around so much of their power. This team continues to just hammer home runs. They are number 2 in Major League Baseball in total home runs as a team, and it's all centered around Aaron Judge. This guy's going off the best start to his career of his career. Right now, he's hitting .406, 8 home runs, 27 RBIs. That's all in the first month of the season. As a team, they're averaging 5.6 runs a game, hitting .262, 42 home runs, 22 stolen bases. Pitching is starting to get back to being a strength. Prior to the season starting, this team potentially had the best starting rotation in baseball. They lost Garrett Cole, still had a really good rotation. It was rocky for the first couple weeks, but they're starting to come around, performing as they should be the last 2 weeks, giving up 3.8 runs a game for Baltimore. This is a young team. They can score runs. We knew the issue was going to be their pitching, and it is indeed their pitching. We like to call it what it is. Their pitching has just been atrocious throughout the season. They're averaging 4 runs a game, hitting .223, 33 home runs, 15 steals, giving up 5.37 runs per game. This team gets shelled practically every single week. Right now for the pitching matchup, you're going to have for the Yankees this game, Will Warren. He had a 10.8 ERA last season. So far this year, 1-0 record, 4.79 ERA, 20.2 innings, 21 strikeouts, 10 walks, 16 hits. And then you have Sagano. Sagano is one of those lone bright spots in that Orioles rotation. 2-1 record, 3.54 ERA. So far, he's pitched 28 innings, 9 strikeouts. This guy doesn't strike out anybody, but he consistently does not give up runs. This game, to me, also has 50-50 pick-em written all over it. I can see the Yankees winning it. I can see the Orioles finally getting a win, pulling off an upset win here. I don't personally want to go anywhere near this game. Will Warren has not necessarily been the best pitcher throughout his career. Give me Baltimore. I'm going to go there. Baltimore pulls off the upset, going with the +1.5. We're going to go with the over. And then also on the MLB Network, this game's at 6:40 p.m. The 12-16 Cardinals coming off of a loss yesterday versus the 15-13 Cincinnati Reds coming off of a dominating win yesterday. Right now, the Reds, a 59.7% chance to win this game. St. Louis, a 40.3% chance to win this game. One thing you have to respect about the Cardinals, this team can score some runs. Yes, they give up runs, but you got to respect that offense. Cincinnati, rough first start to the season. The last 3 or 4 weeks, they've been playing really good baseball. They've been pitching well. They've been scoring runs. Right now, they're second in the NL Central. St. Louis is fourth in the NL Central. And we have the Reds 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. The Cardinals, they're going to be the underdogs. Right now, they're +105. Cincinnati is -125. Looking at St. Louis, they're averaging 4.6 runs a game, hitting .265, 24 home runs, 23 steals, giving up 4.36 runs a game. They have Herrera right now batting .381. They have Donovan. They have Nudabar. They have Nolan Arenado. They have a lot of weapons there. They just need to get everyone on the same page at the same time. And for Cincinnati, they're averaging 5.3 runs per game. Hayes right now hitting 388. Lux hitting 333. Dela Cruz, 5 home runs, 24 RBIs, getting a lot of production. They're hitting 249, 32 home runs, 27 steals. Very aggressive team on the base pass, and they're only giving up 3.55 runs per game. Looking at the pitching matchup for St. Louis, they have Andre Payante going for his career a 5.2 ERA. This season, 4.05, so pretty much right on point. 26.2 innings, 16 strikeouts. And for Cincinnati, they have Martinez going not the best start to his career. 0-3 record, 5.4 ERA, 26.2 innings, 23 strikeouts, 9 walks, 4 home runs. But give me the Reds to continue to roll, but you got to keep your eye on those St. Louis bats. They are more than capable of winning this game, but I have Cincinnati winning it. I have them covering the spread, and I'm going to go with the over this game. And then at 8:05 p.m., the 14-14 Athletics. Right now, the Athletics, one of the more powerful teams in baseball, hitting a lot of home runs. They give up a lot of runs, but this team is known for smashing the ball out of the park, usually playing in a minor league stadium. Right now, they're going to be playing off against the 15-13 Texas Rangers. The Rangers second in the AL West, the Athletics fourth in the AL West. These teams very familiar with one another. Texas at home, a 53.6% chance to win this game. The A's, a 46.4%. The A's are going to be the biggest favorites here. 1.5 run favorites on the road. The over-under here is 9.5. The Athletics, -110. The Rangers also -110. The Athletics and that powerful offense are averaging 4.4 runs a game, hitting 254, 37 home runs, 9 steals, giving up 4.6 runs per game. Texas, they were supposed to be an offensively led team. They have a lot of production on this offense right now, but the bats are not hitting. Pitching was going to be much improved over last season, pretty much back to the 2023 form. Pitching's been good. Pitching's been consistent. It's been the bats that have been slow to get going. Right now, they're averaging 3.1 runs a game, hitting 223, 30 home runs, 24 steals, giving up 3.26 runs per game. The pitching matchup. We have J.P. Sears going for his career 4.2 ERA this season. Very good start, 3-2 record, 3.21 ERA, 28 innings, 23 strikeouts. And then you have Patrick Corbin going. This is the same Patrick Corbin who hasn't had under a 5 ERA in 6 straight seasons. This guy used to be a really good pitcher. Then he completely fell off the rails. But so far the season is young, but he's actually been pitching really well. But I got to see it for 3 starts at least to believe that he might in some way be back to the old Patrick Corbin, back to the 2017 Patrick Corbin. Right now, 2-0 record. 3.77 ERA, which is really good for him. 14.1 innings, 10 strikeouts. Not striking out that many people, but hey, this guy's winning games, pitching well so far. But can he consistently keep that up through more than 2 or 3 starts? Give me the Athletics to win this game, for them to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over. And this next one is a tough one. Very difficult game to call at 8:10 p.m. We have the 18-10 Detroit Tigers right now, first place in the AL Central. This is a well-rounded team. They can pitch, and they can hit home runs. One of the best pitching staffs in baseball. Right now, a top 3 overall team, total ERA-wise. They'll be facing off against the hot 14-13 Houston Astros. Right now, both teams won their games yesterday. The Astros are actually starting to hit. We know they can pitch. Hitting was slow to get started this year. It's really come around the last 2 weeks. They chipped their way back to 500. Now they're actually over 500. Right now, the Astros a 49.6% chance to win this game. Detroit a 50.4% chance to win this game. Detroit is the favorite on the road here. 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 7.5. The Tigers -115. The Astros are -105. You see how close this game is when you look at those numbers. Right now, the Tigers are averaging 4.6 runs a game, hitting 247, 27 home runs, 11 steals, only giving up 2.8 runs per game. This team is so good. And then you have the Houston Astros. They're averaging 3.7 runs a game, which is actually slowly starting to tick up, hitting 231, 21 home runs, 20 steals, only giving up 3.18 runs per game. This team also has elite pitching right now. They're starting to get some production from guys outside of Jose Altuve. He's been the consistent guy. If they can ever get Alvarez going full-time every day, he's going to be a guy that can carry this team down the stretch. Right now, looking at our pitching matchup, we have a good one. We have flattery right now going for the Tigers. This season, 1-2 record, 2.63 ERA, 27.1 innings, 34 strikeouts, striking out a lot of guys. And for Houston, they have Ronel Blanco going. Not the best start to his career, but usually overall a 3.6 ERA. This season, a 5.01, 23.1 innings, 20 strikeouts, a lot of walks, a lot of hits given up. I could see this game honestly going either way. I'm just going to go with the home team here. I have the Astros pulling off the upset win. But like I said, flip a coin, and that's who's going to win this one. But I'm going to go with the +1.5. I'm going to go really low scoring. I'm going to go with the under. In our second to last game at 8:40 p.m., the 12-15 Atlanta Braves. Do not scoff at this team. They were 0-7 at one point. I said there was absolutely no reason to panic. Since then, they've actually gone 12-8. That's including the loss yesterday. This team is starting to hit well. They're starting to pitch well. When you look at this lineup, one of the best lineups in baseball. This is a team that some people actually pick to win the NL Central, to potentially compete and maybe even win a World Series. This team is much better than they've been playing. They are slowly chipping their way back to 500. And once they get hot, they're hot right now. They're going to be a very difficult team to play. They're facing off versus the 4-23 Colorado Rockies. We like to call it what it is. This is the worst team in Major League Baseball this season. This team is awful. They might lose 120 games, but they actually have somewhat of a shot to win this game. Right now, the Braves 67.5% chance to win. Colorado 32.5%. The Braves are such heavy favorites that it actually makes me a little concerned this game. I hate when teams are that favored by the fans because for some reason it just seems like they're going to be due for an upset. Right now, the Braves 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 10.5. The Braves are -175. The Rockies are +145. Atlanta, they're averaging 4.2 runs a game, hitting .238, 35 home runs, 15 steals, giving up 4.37 runs a game. And on the other side, Colorado, 3.4 runs a game, hitting .216, 23 home runs, 14 steals, giving up 5.22 runs per game. Colorado, a very difficult place to pitch, but they have a good one going. Right now, they're going to have Feltner going this game. He might be their best starter, 0-1 record. 3.86 ERA, 25.2 innings, 21 strikeouts. And on the other side, you have Bryce Elder going 0-1 record, 5.557 ERA. Really bad start to the season, but at least he has more production behind him to kind of give him a little bit of a cushion there. 21 innings, 12 strikeouts, way too many walks, way too many home runs. You got to get the strikeouts up. Feltner has a real shot to beat the Braves here, but give me the Braves to win this one to cover the spread. We're going to go with the over. There's going to be some runs here. And finally, our final game of the evening at 10:10 p.m., the 12-15 Miami Marlins coming off a loss versus the 18-10 LA Dodgers coming off a win. Right now, the Dodgers are 18-10, and they're still in second place in the NL West, but that's how deep, that's how competitive the NL West is. It is the deepest, the best division in Major League Baseball this season. Right now, the Dodgers 67.2% chance to win this game. The Marlins are 32.8%. You have the Dodgers coming in here 2.5 run favorites, heavy favorites. The over in here is 8.5. The Dodgers, they're -335, crazy numbers. The Marlins are +265. One thing the Dodgers have shown me this season is, yes, they have the best roster in baseball, but they all have to be hitting, they all have to be pitching, and they have to be injury-free. Outside of that, this team has shown themselves to actually be mortal this season. They are beatable, but Miami's going to have to play a really good game. The Marlins are averaging 4.4 runs a game, hitting .256, 21 home runs, 22 RBIs, giving up 5.23 runs per game. Giving up over 5 runs a game, that's not going to cut it versus the Dodgers. You're going to have a good pitching performance to keep this game low, keep this game close. And for the Dodgers, they're averaging 4.6 runs a game, hitting .233, 43 home runs, lead baseball in home runs with the Yankees second place. They have 13 steals, giving up 3.86 runs per game. And looking at our pitching matchup, you're going to have Edward Cabrera right now going for the Marlins. 6.14 ERA, 14.2 innings, 18 strikeouts, 8 walks, almost a walk per inning. He's going to have to pitch a lot better to have a shot to beat the stacked Dodgers lineup. And then for the Dodgers, they have Dustin May going. As long as this guy's healthy overall for his career, a 3.18 ERA. He's 1-1 this season, 3.68 ERA, 22 innings, 19 strikeouts, 9 walks, only 1 home run given up. Give me the Dodgers to win this game, to win it convincingly, to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over. Guys, that's just our quick predictions and best bets for all of our Major League Baseball games we have coming up for Monday, April 28th. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments, by all means, drop them below, and I will respond, and you have our member link pinned down in the comments. Thank you.